Welcome to Fight Zone. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the sweet taste of victory. Join the revolution.
Why do you keep on telling me to stop?
What's going on, people? You know who I am. It's your boy Nando, and this is the Pound for Pound Boxing Show in association of Warren Boxing Management. Today, I've got a very special guest, super light heavyweight sensation, just recently signed with Frank Warren, Ezra Taylor. Let's see if we could get him on right now.
Yo.
How you doing, champ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I want to say first, thank you for taking your time to speak to me today straight after training. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course, I had to drive home, obeying the law and whatnot, but I had to rush a bit just to get home, just for you, man. But we're here now. We're here.
That's good. You didn't skip any red lights, right?
Of course not, man. Of course not. Red light, and then I went on green.
Champ, first of all, I want to say congratulations on the big deal with Frank Warren, Queensbury promotion. You must be buzzing. Tell me, how did that even come about? What happened?
Yeah, I'm over the moon, to be honest. I'm over the moon. And to be honest, it was down to a lot of back and forth. My manager, Costas, he used to work with Frank Warren for a while back before my time. So we had good ties there. And obviously during the COVID pandemic and whatnot, we'll just see, weighing up our options, see what we could do in terms of obviously progressing, in terms of my career and the right path. So again, it was liaising back and forth. When I say we, I mean my team. Obviously me, I was just in the gym training hard for an opportunity like this. So yeah, the next thing I know, it was like, yeah, let's put a face to the name. And we had a meeting and it was successful. Everyone was on the same page. And yeah, now I'm fighting on August the 28th in front of thousands of fans on BT Sport.
Doesn't get better than that, right?
It doesn't really and truly, especially again, I'm very privileged because it's my second fight. And I know a lot of boxers would love this opportunity. I'm not saying that I don't. I'm overwhelmed. Sometimes it's surreal, but like I was saying to you before, I've worked hard for this opportunity. So now it's here. I'm going to grab it with both hands.
Brilliant. For the viewers, some of the viewers that might not know much about you, maybe never heard of you before the announcement by Frank Warren. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where did the journey transition into this beautiful sport? How did you get into it? Who inspired you?
Well, do you know what? When people ask me how did I get into it, I'd like to tell them, a nice story of, oh yeah, I watched Mike Tyson when I was younger and etc. And then I wanted to be like him, but it was not that at all. Up until about 15, I didn't really pay attention to boxing as such. And then I started training. But again, that was just an invitation from a friend. And I just wanted to do something. I had a lot of energy. The other sports didn't really stick with me well. And I started training, just on a keep fit basis. And it started going well, I started developing. I liked the satisfaction it gave me as an individual. And then, it started to progress. But then I stopped because I got moved into the higher class, which was the elites, where obviously I'm mixing up with people who actually do box on the weekends. They've medical, they carded boxers and whatnot. So then I started sparring. I just wasn't really, I don't know, I wasn't really getting that satisfaction that I was before. Probably because I was getting punched in my face and I was thinking, why am I not doing it to them? They're doing it to me much more than I'm doing it to them. So I thought, nah, this ain't fair. This ain't a fair trade. So then I stopped. I went to the gym. Started going to the gym with my friends, again, just to keep fit and active as possible. And then I thought, you know what, let me get back into it. Let me give it a go. And then, yeah, the rest is kind of history. I've returned back to the same club. I've been at Bilborough Boxing Club in Nottingham since the start. And then, yeah, it's just obviously just progressed from there. My coach, Ray, he just put some obstacles in my way in terms of like these amateur title fights and whatnot. But that was throwing me into the deep end. It may not have meant of much at the time to other people, maybe like, the elite boxers who enter the national championships and whatnot. But at the time for me, I had like, 3 fights, 4 fights. And then I'm fighting guys who have had 30, 40 fights. And on paper, I should have lost, but I started to win convincingly at that too. So then, yeah, I kind of got fast tracked and I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Now I look back at my my amateur career. It made me into who I am now. So yeah, and obviously I had my debut, my professional debut, 7th of March, and then the week after that was COVID, but that was good. It built up some momentum, and then obviously COVID hit. But other than that, I've just been keeping my head down in this training, man, because I know it's been a hard time for everyone, not just boxers, especially boxers who've just started out. Like I've just started my journey professionally. But yeah, I just cracked on. I just cracked on. So now this opportunities came. I'm ready. It hasn't taken me by surprise or anything like that. I've been working for a time like this, so it's time to showcase what I've been training for.
It was worth the wait as well. There's me thinking it was going to be a fairy tale story. I met my hero, Carl Frock. He inspired me.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That's what it sounds good. I could say that really and truly, but nah, man, I've got kind of a boring start to the boxing, I guess. But then obviously my journey within boxing it's been interesting because again I've been getting opportunities that other people get. Don't get me wrong, but I've been getting it based on my talent. No, based on my work ethic and my talent, not based on my experience. So it's that much more rewarding when I do get these opportunities, to be able to fight on a Frank Warren show and be a Frank Warren fighter. Because again, in COVID, a lot of people was just, grabbing at whatever they could get, turning into away fighters, fighting on last minute or anything. But now, obviously, I've got the leverage to be able to be a home fighter in a fantastic promotional company.
You know what? I've been doing this for 2 years now, just over 2 years, interviewing fighters like yourself. And one thing that I was shocked about was the amount of people will be so shocked, the amount of fighters who, love the sport, but are not fans of the sport, and that makes sense. Are you a fan of it? Do you sit down on a Saturday night and watch boxing?
Yeah, all the time. I have to, because again, to me, boxing is my life. It's my work. The same way people go to work, do their 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. It's boxing is all the time. It's a lifestyle. So I couldn't, train hard Monday to Friday and then just slack off on a weekend, and that's it. I have to watch the boxing. On top of that too is studying. I learn as well. I learn a lot, even from the amateur boxing that I watch, the old school boxing that I watch, the modern day, even obviously Frank Warren fights, Eddie Hearn fights and whatnot. I watch them all just because, again, you always learn. You're always learning. You're always learning. Even when you think you're amazing, you're still learning, and you can learn at one point. So, yeah, man, I have to keep in touch and see what's going on around my weight, other weights, and whatnot. And it's interesting. I'm a big fan of the sport in general. Even if I didn't box now, the little taster that I had of training made me a fan of watching boxing in general. So, but obviously now I do it because it's just my life. It's my hobby, my job.
Who inspired you? Who's some of the fighters you look up to, past and present, that you love watching?
I'd say instantly has to be Roy Jones. That's when I started trying to search up boxing and whatnot and who to look at. Obviously, you hear the Mike Tysons, the Ali's, etc. But at the time, Roy Jones is, I don't know, it just kind of blew my mind the way he fought, because it's not conventional. It's not what you get taught. He does what he wants to do in the ring, and it looks like he enjoys it. That's the main thing. I think a lot of modern day boxing, people are training. They're not enjoying it. They're not going in the ring and enjoying their journey of the ring. Being able to do what you want, obviously to a certain degree. You don't go out there and just do some foolishness, but you still want to go out there and just express yourself, enjoy. You're entertaining at the end of the day. Obviously, you want to go and perform in a certain way, but you can. Who's saying that you can't do that? Being yourself, enjoying what you're doing. So yeah, when I seen Roy Jones doing it, I thought, wow, this guy is crazy. And obviously, he did it in super middleweight, light heavyweight, and etc. And he's still moving the same. So I thought, yeah, that's crazy. So when I first started boxing, I was doing the same thing. I'm trying to put my guard down, trying to slip, trying to do this, trying to do that. Didn't really work out well for me. But now I've adopted my own style, So it was Roy Jones and Andre Ward. So two kind of different, ends of the spectrum. You got someone who's super, super technical, and does things very efficiently. Then you got Roy Jones, who some people will probably say that he does the opposite. But yeah, essentially, you could say that I was picking up tips off them and trying to just merge it into Ezra Taylor style.
Brilliant. Two great legends in the sport. Unbelievable. Two different styles as well. So it's two boxers that is great to learn off the two styles as well.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what I'm trying to. This is why this is what I started to love about boxing as well. It's just people have so many styles. Everyone has a different style. Even if you try to mimic someone else, you still have your own unique style. So that's what I'm saying. You could always learn. You can always learn off someone who's just started out. They're probably doing something was very unique to them. But later on down the line, they may not do that anymore because they think that's not what boxers do. But this is why it's always good to watch and learn and study and, take it on board all the time.
100%. Let's talk about your amateur career. Some boxers don't even remember it, so they can't keep count. What's your record like?
I'm 20-3. I'm 20-3. So I haven't had a lot of fights in comparison to, the 70s. The people who say that they can't remember the amateur career. They're the people who've been boxing since knee high. And they got youth, they got this, they got that. And yeah, obviously that's good. That's good, obviously, having experience. So experience is obviously one of the main things when it comes down to anything, really and truly. So that's what I was saying to you earlier, that my work ethic has got me to certain places. It's the only thing I have, my work ethic and trying to develop my talent. Not saying that I wasn't naturally talented, but I didn't start off with experience. I didn't come out the womb punching bags and I got my dad shouting at me to do this and do that. I just had to just take it up on my own volitation and just, get it cracking. So yeah. My amateur career, it was good. It was a good one. Like I said, you could call it short. I thought it was long. I think it was about 4 years, 3 years or something like that. But that was just over probably 3 seasons, 4 seasons or whatever it may be. At that time, I got 5 regional belts. 5 regional belts. And obviously that at the same time, I think I'm the first boxer to hold 5 belts at the same time. Which is obviously a good accomplishment as well, but my dreams and aspirations were higher than that. So I tried obviously the national championships, but due to many reasons, it was learning. I was jumping in the deep end. Like I was saying, I think my first time in the national championships was I had about 8 fights, but I didn't go to the normal under 10 category. I think I went above. I think it was under 20s. Under 20s, and then after that I just went to the elite, so I could be fighting anyone from 20 fights up to 100, but again, it was good. I like to test myself if you want to be the best in the game.
100%. I'm glad you brought up Roy Jones, because I'll tell you why. Let's talk about your debut. You did it in front of your home crowds. I see that vicious left hook that you won against Adriares. First thing that came to my mind was Roy Jones. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, wait, I thought wow, okay. Give us your analysis of that fight. Obviously, you didn't get the rounds that you wanted to get in, but you wanted to make a statement for your debut. Second round KO win. Give us your analysis of your performance for the first 2 rounds. And was that the game plan? Did you want to get him out there?
Do you know what? My game plan, again, as most of the time, this is go in there and enjoy it. I don't want to go in there and put too much pressure on myself and say, do this and do that. I want to do this. I want to throw this shot. I want to go out there and enjoy it. I like to adapt and learn on the job. So the first round, I'll probably suss you out, as a strategical boxer. And then I'll see what I can do next time. But I just want to go in there and enjoy it. When I say enjoy it, again, that means working on my defense inside the ring, working on slips, rolls, my attack, my offense, a lot of things just in general, just enjoy being in the ring. Because as you said, it was only the second round, it was over. And so, yeah, it's great. I made a statement as well. That's great. But when looking back at the video, my analysis, I'm a very harsh critique because, again, I have very high expectations of where I want to be in boxing. So when I was watching it back, it was all right. I seen glimmers of good stuff here and there, but it's a bit too what's the word? It's a bit too aggressive. I went in there because I could see it was there. It was there for the taking. So I just used my know-how and said, yeah, this is how I'm gonna do it. But me personally, I would have liked to box a bit cleaner. Express myself a bit more, use a bit of my flair and whatnot, and do what I did really and truly. But just I'm happy with my performance, but I would have liked to have just enjoyed it a bit more. I guess probably got the rounds in a bit longer, a bit later, but it's boxing at the end of the day. If you see someone's got a chink in the armor, you go and take it out. So that's it.
There's plenty of time for that to get more rounds in. We are our own biggest critics. So obviously, I know you criticize yourself after that performance, even though someone may have said like your coach, oh, it was perfect. You're still going to criticize yourself because nothing's ever perfect. You want to better
Yeah.
yourself. You want you put when you set the goal high, that's where you achieve more. So it's good to have that mentality as well.
100%, 100%. And again, that's what makes us aspire to do better as humans. Full stop. You know, just having that mentality. So yeah. Obviously, every fight I would probably look at it back, and I've never said, "Oh yeah, that was a good fight. That was a good fight altogether. Oh, that was a great spar." It's just I've always said, "Oh yeah, I could have done this better. I could have done that better. I could have done that better." And once, if I ever lose that mentality, then I start questioning myself in general.
No, it's good. It's good to have that. It's good to have that. Let's talk about the card you're gonna make your second pro fight on. What a card!
Mm-hmm.
Birmingham, live on BT Sport. 3 British titles on the line. Kakachi Woodstock, Casey Kademi against Ahmed 2, and Ennis Brown against Maxwell. When you first heard, forget when you signed with Frank Warren. When you first heard, you're making your Queensbury debut on this card. Sum up your feeling for that.
But again, it was just surreal. I just thought, wow, like this, I'm gonna be able to share the ring with these. These guys are champions. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call them, they're gonna be champions. Whoever wins that fight is a champion. People are going in there as champions, regardless if it's the British, the English, the Commonwealth, whatever. They are a champion. So again, I'm just very, very grateful to even have this opportunity. To start my Frank Warren journey on a card like that. It's stacked. It's stacked, and so it's going to be a very good card as well to watch. So hopefully, I go in there, do what I need to do, and I can just chill out and watch the rest and just enjoy the atmosphere, really and truly.
Is it light heavyweight you're fighting?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so Anthony Yar's fighting on that too. So
Yeah,
it's even better.
I was going to say that maybe a future rival of yours in the future. What's it like that you're going to be sharing the same event as someone like Anthony Yard?
It's good. It's good. He's done what he needed to do, and his name rings bells. You know what I'm saying? So that on its own is good. It's good, and then hopefully later on down the line, 100%, I should be able to get my opportunity to share the ring with me and him instead of sharing the ring in a different fight. You know what I mean? So because that's the journey. That's what it's going to be. And Frank Warren's got some exciting light heavyweights already at the moment. I think he's probably got the best in the UK at the moment, anyway. So yeah, it's exciting times. Exciting times.
Before I move on to your division, what's it like? Obviously, it hasn't been that long, but what's it like being promoted by such a Hall of Famer like Uncle Frank? I call him Uncle Frank because like our sponsor is their nephews, so I think I've earned the privilege to call him Uncle Frank as well. So what's it like being promoted by him?
It's just so surreal to someone like myself. I'm not belittling myself, but it's just, again, it's my second fight. I had my first fight. Second fight, I had the opportunity to sign with Frank Warren, and now I'm fighting on a very good card on BT Sport. So even when I speak it out loud, sometimes it's just, it just still registers in my head. So it's huge. It's huge. Obviously, it'll be the first of many going forward, and then I will know how everything operates in terms of being on Frank Warren's cards and etc., being a Frank Warren fighter. So we'll see how things progress. But as of right now, I'm overwhelmed. I'm over the moon. Very grateful.
A lot of fighters these days, and Carl Frock touched up on it. I think it was after Josh Kelly lost to David Avanesian. He said that a lot of people have forgotten about the tradition of boxing and going through those belts, such as going for Southern Area, English, British, Commonwealth, few internationals, and then going for that big European. Is your goal to do that? Do you want to go through that old school tradition, Southern Area, English, and so on?
Well, do you know what? Again, I wouldn't want to put a what's the word? I'm not even too sure. I'll put a stamp on the path that I'm gonna take in boxing. I'm not too sure, and that's obviously, I guess that's why you have a team around you to make sure you're making the right decisions at the right times and whatnot. But with me personally, I just want to be a world champion. No matter whatever route I have to take to become a world champion, I'll take it, regardless if it's the hardest or people may say it's the easiest route that I'll take whatever I need to do to be the best. And if that's to fight the best, and that's what it is. And to be honest, at the old school tradition, is you are fighting the best, really and truly. Like, you are stepping up and making your way up slowly but surely, fighting for, your regional area, your area title, and then after that you go to either your English and your British, the Commonwealth as well, and then European, and when you go up and then world at one point. So yeah, me personally, boxing is changing day by day. People are doing things that you would never have thought boxing would even be about. You're seeing these celebrities coming in and making more money than people who've been dedicating their whole life to boxing. You know what I'm trying to say? So I couldn't really say, yeah, I'm gonna do it this way. I would like to do it this way. Me personally, I just know in my head, whatever route I take is just gonna it's gonna lead me to become world champion.
Was that a little dig at the YouTubers, champ?
Do you know what? I can't knock anyone's hustle. I can't knock anyone's hustle. They're going in there and they're training as well. Whoever steps in the ring, regardless of who they are, you gain my respect. I don't care if you're a YouTuber or this or that, this or that. If you jump in the ring, you gain my respect. So if you jump in the ring and you make a living out of it, then, well, a lot of people would love to be in their shoes. Again, jealousy is not something that I have, but I sit there and I think, you know what? You see an opportunity and you take it. The same way with me. I jump in the ring. If I hurt you and I see the opportunity, I'm going to take it and knock you out. So it's the same thing what these guys are doing. They're saying, there's an opportunity there I can make a lot of money and exposure, and they've done it. So you know what? Hats off to them. If they want to fight me, then, I'm here. I'm here. I'm ready and, waiting. But until that day, they can just keep doing their thing. I'll do mine.
Ezra Taylor versus Logan Paul in the future. Look forward to it.
Imagine. Who's your money on?
Any professional boxer, bro. Any professional boxer against him, my money's on them. Let's be real.
I hear that. Me too, man.
Let's be real. I'll be real. Depending on the boxer who fights, it's 50-50 when it's Jake. Jake seems a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
But seeing that vicious left hook from you, my money's on you, champ. So don't worry.
You know what? Don't worry, man. You'll be walking home a happy man, straight to the bank. That's for sure.
Let's talk about the division you're in. Right now, along with I would say the welterweight division is domestically the best division out there, the light heavyweight division. Let's go through the list. Obviously, we talked about Anthony Yarde, Joshua Buatsi, Craig Richards, the British champion. You've got Lyndon Arthur, the Commonwealth champion. You've got Callum Johnson, Callum Smith, who's just come up, Shakur Pitters, Hosey Burton, Daz Aziz, Lewis Edmondson, Jake Barton. When you hear all these names, does it excite you to be among these names? And, obviously this year, I'm sure the plan is get as many fights as you can, as many rounds, as much experience as you can. Maybe this time next year, mix it up with the people in the top 20 and the top 15. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, 100%. Again, like I was saying about the route, I want to become to world champion, but I wouldn't want to put a stamp on it. But yeah, essentially that is it. I want to just get as much experience as I can, like you said, get the rounds in and whatnot. Do what I want to do what I'm destined to do in the ring. And yeah, obviously these guys are they're up there at the moment. They're ahead of me for now. So it would be nice to get that opportunity and see some good domestic fights. That would be great. That'd be great. And that's what I was trying to say, that Frank Warren's got a good stable of boxers at the moment, especially in the light heavyweight division. So there shouldn't be that much politics. When it comes to that time, it shouldn't be that much politics, get these fights, arranged and whatnot. So yeah, it is an exciting time. That is for sure for the UK in terms of domestically. Obviously the world as well, but right now, the welterweights and probably the heavyweights are taking the lead with just the most exciting, exhilarating boxing at the moment. But in the UK scene right now, domestically, the light heavyweights are there. Put it that way, the fights are there to be made. The potential is there, and the potential is there is potential for me to progress in a right way.
100%. Like I said, light heavyweight. I think welterweight is unbelievable. Middleweight at the moment, so it's up there right now. Obviously, I'm not trying to stir anything up. I usually do, but in this sense, I'm not trying to. For once, people will be surprised. If you were ready and you had a choice of someone in that list that you would like to share the ring with, because you think it'll be an exciting fight, you're confident that you can beat them as well, who would it be? Who would you like to share the ring with in the future if you had to choose?
Do you know what? Any of them, really and truly. I can't really give you a name and say, yeah, this is the guy I want to fight, because like you said, they're all ahead of me right now. So regardless of who I fight, these guys are there's someone that I need to get out of the way, you know, cross off my list. So any of them, really and truly, because they're all great fighters. All that you kind of mentioned, you've mentioned them for a reason. So that is my aspiration, to be able to, for you to turn around and speak to another, you know, a prospect and say, oh yeah, what about Ezra Taylor? You know, for me to be in that position. So again, I can't really point fingers at, yeah, I like him or her, sorry, him or whatnot, or I'll just, you know, get in a ring with anyone who's going to better me to progress in my career.
Brilliant. I just want to talk about 2 fights that's going to be in your division. So obviously Frank Warren today said he's looking to make the Lyndon Arthur Anthony Yard rematch October 9th, the same night as the trilogy between Fury and Wilder.
Fury and Wilder, yeah.
My question to you is, not to step on anyone's toes, but as a boxing fan, is it repeat or is it revenge for Lyndon Arthur?
Boy, I'm not too sure, you know, because that fight is a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors what people can, you know, take into consideration. You can take into consideration, all right, cool. Lyndon Arthur only had a jab. His right hand was hurt, but he won on just one hand. So when he goes in the ring and he's got 2 hands, then what happens? Or you want to go to the other side and say, oh, Yard, he probably thought he started off slow or whatnot, but he knows that how to get inside now and what he needs to do to work on that. So he may go in that game plan. So me personally, I can't really say too much. They both got good attributes, you know. I think Yard even had him hurt. Was it on the 11th or the 12th?
The 11th.
Yeah, so he even had him hurt. So that potential is there. You never know. Yard's team probably thinking, you know, we can hurt him. It's doable. So, you know, let's step on the gas from the start. Or Lyndon's probably thinking in his head, I could do the same thing with the jab. And I've also got my right hand now. So what's going to happen now? I'll probably step on the gas on him, you know? So it's a hard one to say. It's a very hard one to say. No doubt I'll be tuning in.
Tenner right now, you had to get rid of it. It's just bothering you, this tenner, and you had to put your bet on it. Who would it be? Whose name comes to your brain first when I said
you know what? You know what? I'll let you in with a secret. I think I won £400 on the first bet. That's on the first fight, because I bet on Lyndon Arthur. So just because I did that last time, because I bet it was gonna go to the decision and Lyndon Arthur was gonna win on a split. I believe that, because I think everyone was trying to write him off. But I've been following Lyndon. I know him as well. I've been following Lyndon from when he was in GB, his amateur days. So I knew what he was about, and I knew what type of threat he could pose to Yard. So and I got it right. So if I had that £10, I'd have to put it back on Lyndon Arthur, just because he won me some money before, and I know he has got the right arsenal to win and win it again, really and truly.
Brilliant. We look forward to that fight. The other one, for me, a 50-50 fight. For me, on paper, probably his toughest fight till now in his career. Joshua Buatsi against Richard Bolotniks.
Yeah. I seen that. It definitely is his toughest fight to date, 100%. But again, you know, with Joshua Buatsi, he's improved. From what I can see, it looks like he's improving each fight. And he's now with Virgil Hunter as well. So again, that's my idol, because Andre Wall was my idol, still is as well. So that road will definitely improve his boxing. And I've seen a few improvements already. So if he's going to be ready for that fight, it will be now. You know, with the training he's probably got around him, what he's been doing, and he's a good boxer overall as well. Again, I've been following him since the GB days. Very good boxer. So again, with that one, I'll be rooting for him. 100%, I'll be rooting for him, because he does have, again, the arsenal, I believe, to win. He's relentless. He's got good shot selection as well. And yeah, we'll see when it gets to the later rounds. But I don't think he's pushed on past, is it eight rounds or something? I'm not too sure, but I'll be excited and interested to see how the 9th to the 12th rounds go, because I think Bolotniks, he's been there and he's done that, so it'll be good, it'll be interesting. But in my belief, I think Joshua Buatsi probably does have this in the bag, but we'll see.
It'll be another great fight I look forward to. the last fight I want to talk about just got announced this week. Finally, actually no, last week. AJ versus Usyk, 25th of
Yeah.
September. Who wins and why?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go with AJ. And to be fair, it's a bit of a biased opinion because I'm rooting for AJ in all of his fights anyway. Because he's done so much for British boxing, full stop. So to be fair, he should really have the whole of the UK behind him. But apart from that, I'd say with AJ, he's a natural heavyweight. That there it plays a big factor in a lot of things, to be honest. You know, obviously just sharing a ring with someone who's naturally that weight and probably going to come in much heavier than Usyk in general. Usyk's forcefully trying to put on this weight, and again with heavyweights, every shot's you're gonna feel every shot, even a jab. You know, anything, something light in comparison to a cruiserweight. Don't get me wrong, cruiserweights hit hard as well, but Usyk isn't the biggest of heavyweights. If he was like, let's say, for instance, built probably similar to like Lawrence Okoli, 6'5" and whatnot. But Usyk, I think 6'1" or 6'2". So that on its own is going to be of a difficult task. But he has been in that, was it super heavyweight at amateur when he was fighting for WSP and in the amateur rankings. He's been there. He's been fighting these big guys from the start. So it'll be interesting. But I do believe AJ's probably got the skills and the know-how to be able to dispatch him.
Brilliant. Another fight. Literally can't wait for that. 60,000 people at Spurs Stadium. It's gonna be
it's
incredible.
Tottenham, right?
Can't wait for
Madness.
that. Ezra, before I let you go, message for the fans and what can they expect on August 28th?
Fireworks. Nothing but fireworks. You'll see. Hopefully, I get to show the real Ezra. As the people who know about me, they know that I've got something that other boxers don't have. Not to blow my own trumpet, but I'll go in there and I'll just enjoy it. It'll be entertaining, regardless of what happens or the outcome. It'll be entertaining. That's what I can definitely promise you.
Brilliant. We can't wait for you to make your Queensbury debut. My colleague Jermaine will probably be at this event as well, so hopefully he can grab you for an interview and hopefully at the weigh-in or the press conference as well.
Yeah, 100%. Again, I'll be there soaking it all in. So if you see me walk around with a big smile on my face, you know why.
That's it, man. Champ, I want to say thank you for taking your time to speak to me today. It was an absolute pleasure. I wish you nothing but success in your career, the future. I'm sure we'll catch up again, and good luck on August 28th.
Oh, 100%, man. Thank you for your time as well. Thank you for having me. And yeah, August the 28th, I won't let anyone down. That's for sure.
Brilliant. We can't wait, champ. Take care and stay safe.
You too, man. See you in a bit.
Take care, man.